Can passengers drink in a car? In Arizona, no one can drink or possess open containers of alcohol in the passenger area of a vehicle due to the state's strict open container law that is designed to mitigate cases of people driving under the influence, DUI. Some exceptions apply, including limousines, taxis, and party buses, which are designed for passenger transport. You can also have open containers in the living quarters of motorhomes and recreational vehicles. Violating Arizona's open container law can lead to a maximum jail sentence of 4 months, up to $750 in fines and other consequences from the crime potentially showing up on your criminal and driving record. A qualified criminal defense attorney should be able to walk you through the legal process and advocate for you in the courtroom. Their legal guidance can help you achieve the most ideal outcome possible. Understanding if passengers can drink in a car under the Arizona open container law. Most people are aware that driving while under the influence of intoxicating liquor qualifies as a DUI. However, many still ask, can passengers drink alcohol in a car in Arizona? In short, due to their strict open container law, Arizona does not allow any unsealed alcohol to be in the cabin of the car, making it illegal for passengers to drink. Still, it is essential to understand the complexities of the Arizona open container law and the potential consequences that can arise if someone disobeys its rules. Most open container violations are classified as civil offenses, but if the driver is also charged with a DUI, the charges can be classified as criminal. Regardless, responsible parties can face severe penalties like substantial fines and driving license suspensions. Suppose you have been charged with having an open container of spirituous liquor in the passenger compartment of a motor vehicle. In that case, you should contact a qualified criminal defense attorney to make achieving the best possible outcome easier. Overview of the Arizona Open Container Law. Arizona's open container law is outlined by Arizona Revised Statute 4, Section 251. This statute prohibits people from consuming or possessing an open container of alcohol in the passenger area of a motor vehicle, on public highways or their rights-of-way. It is crucial to break down the definitions of the key terms mentioned in this law to assess their applicability to your unique situation. Can passengers legally drink in a car in Arizona? As a general rule, passengers should not drink or possess open containers in the passenger area of a vehicle. It is unlawful in most scenarios. Following this rule helps minimize the prevalence of alcohol consumption while driving, potentially saving lives. Exceptions to Arizona's open container law. Nevertheless, there are rare occasions when it may not be illegal to possess an open container of alcohol in the passenger area of a motor vehicle. Some examples of potential exceptions to ARS 4-251 are: if the passenger is inside a bus, limousine, taxi, or transportation company's vehicle, as defined in Arizona Revised Statutes 28, Section 9551. If the passenger is inside the living quarters of a motorhome, as defined by Arizona Revised Statutes 28, Section 4301, this exception does not apply to the driving area of the home. Some people believe that vehicles not in operation are exempt from this law, but that is not the case in Arizona. Having an open container in your car's cabin at any point in time can result in a Class 2 misdemeanor for any responsible parties. Still, you should look into local ordinances regarding this issue. Penalties for violating Arizona's open container law. If passengers drink alcohol in a car in Arizona, they can be subjected to a variety of legal consequences, depending on certain circumstances. Since violating Arizona's open container law qualifies as a Class 2 misdemeanor, Arizona Revised Statutes 13, Section 707 declares that first-time offenses can result in up to 4 months in jail. Additionally, Arizona law states that it can be punishable with a fine of up to $750. Some examples of other potential penalties can include points on the driver's license, suspension or revocation of licenses, particularly for repeat offenders, increased insurance premiums. If convicted, this misdemeanor will go on your public record, causing it to appear on most background checks. Therefore, it can hinder future employment and housing opportunities. DUI charges. Open container charges can be accompanied by driving under the influence (DUI) charges, especially if the vehicle operator has recently consumed alcohol from the open container. According to Arizona law, a non-commercial driver can be charged with a standard DUI if they are in physical control of a vehicle with a blood alcohol concentration (BAC) of 0.08% or higher. On top of the separate penalties that can come with an open container conviction, a standard first-time DUI offense can add up to 6 months to their jail sentence and a fine of up to $2,500 because it is a Class 1 misdemeanor. Both DUIs and open container violations are criminal cases, so you should immediately contact an experienced criminal defense attorney if you are charged with either offense. Additional considerations. There are many nuances surrounding the open container law in Arizona. Some examples of other important things to consider are: can a passenger drink non-alcoholic beer or wine? While entirely non-alcoholic beverages are generally permissible, the open container law can still apply to drinks with very low alcohol content. Legally transporting open containers. To avoid legal complications, ensure open containers are stored safely in a locked glove compartment, the trunk, or the area behind the vehicle's last upright seat if it is not equipped with a trunk. Nevertheless, open container laws can vary throughout different regions. Review your local ordinances to uncover potential differences. Why it's important to know the law. By understanding the Arizona open container law, you can avoid unintentional violations. Ensuring you and everyone in the vehicles you ride in remain compliant will keep you away from serious legal consequences like jail time and fines. Although only the vehicle operator can receive DUI charges, both drivers and passengers are responsible for adhering to open container laws, meaning violations can affect both parties. Find legal support for alcohol-related crimes. The Arizona open container law strictly prohibits unsealed vessels of alcohol within the passenger area of a motor vehicle. Still, there are some exceptions to this law. For example, some passengers can drink alcohol in a car in Arizona if that car is owned and operated by a rideshare company. Violations of the open container law in Arizona can result in legal penalties, including up to 4 months in jail and a fine of up to $750. More severe consequences can be added if there is also a DUI. You should consult qualified criminal defense attorneys if you are charged with either alcohol-related offense. The talented team of attorneys at Jackson White Law has been helping the people of Arizona address open container charges for several years. With our wealth of legal knowledge and relevant experience, we can help you understand your options and work toward building the best defense strategy for your specific situation. Call the Jackson White Criminal Law Team at 480-467-4370 to increase your chances of obtaining the best possible outcome.